a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, mortgage, sweeter than you. Yeah.
I feel like today I'm happy I introduced you guys to something that you've never seen before.
Yeah,
Never.
How'd you feel happy?
Never.
I feel broken.
Broken.
Yeah.
My eyes are opened to a new world of film.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We watched.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, you got it. So this is a IGFA, American Genre Film Archive release.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Wakaliwood Super Action Volume 1. We watched Who Killed Captain Alex?
Who killed Captain Alex?
Who did?
Who did?
We don't know.
Who did?
Nobody knows.
It's a who done it
It never
without a
gets
done
solved.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a who. It's a who done it without a who.
Writer, director, producer, Nabwana, Isaac, Godfrey, Jeffrey.
Godfrey.
Here.
Yeah.
This is his first movie from 2010 from Kampala, Uganda. I gotta give it up.
Yeah.
I gotta give it up.
Okay. I wish I knew how to play pan flute.
Yes. $200 budget. You know,
amen.
we talk about budgets sometimes.
From time to time,
You
this
know,
is the
yeah.
most impressive.
$200.
Yep.
And I feel like what they lack in funding, they make up for in ingenuity and
Action.
and just love for action.
Yeah, this one is charming in a different sense than we generally use that word for. It truly is awesome to see some people make a movie out of nothing, and you know, I thought it was cool. You know, we see guns just out of metal, spray painted
Spray-painted
pieces of wood that have just kind of been carved very crudely to sort of get the point across of like bullets or something like that. We of course have the amazing CGI effects that we all kind of like, that are very, you know, like the cheap looking stuff.
Just blood, yeah, that very
Those were the most expensive shots.
pasted in
Yeah.
blood splatter kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah. The blood
Yeah.
splatter was awesome.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
great. It
You
looked
know,
like
it
a
hits the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's. I mean, it looks so fake, but it's timed really well, and it's always like a more amount of blood than there should be. You
Mortal
know?
Kombat.
Yeah,
it's like fucking Mortal
Combat.
Kombat drum.
Combat. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Combat. Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
No, I loved this one. So let's go ahead and start getting into this though, because there's a big part of this movie that I would like to discuss, and I'm sure you guys do too. So this was a new one. Excuse me. Good God.
That is Mexican.
I'm so burpy. I had my Mexican food today.
Come
So-
both hands over here.
Yeah. So this was a first on the style of movie that it was. We've never watched a Ugandan movie before.
No.
All clips I've seen.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
we've ever watched a movie with a budget as cheap as $200. So that's cool. But the main thing I want to bring up, so when you're watching the movie, and I was a little thrown off at the beginning, I asked you guys because I was like, I don't really feel like I'm keeping up here. You have a movie playing, and then you have a commentator,
He's the VJ.
the VJ, over top of it, and it kind of explains throughout a couple of times and stuff that this is how they view their films in Uganda.
He said, "This is how we do it in Uganda."
Now you're gonna see. This is how we do action in Uganda. The commando. The Ugandan commando.
Muje, mangku muje.
Come. Who killed the Captain Alex is the movie. Production in action. Why you get
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
He did help me with some of the storyline. in
VJ
this, too.
Emmy.
Yeah.
He always
He
tells
was
you what
very-
character is on screen.
Very helpful.
Yeah.
He tells you. This movie definitely would not be the same without him. The fact that they added it in and it's default. If you just push play, because I had the same reaction the first time I started watching. I'm like, what is happening? I was so confused, and then I pause it and I'm looking at commentary, and I'm like, you can turn it off, but you shouldn't. So there's a VJ. And I think what we've gathered in Uganda, there are small video halls, and there is a VJ who jokes over the movie, sort of like live MS3TK.
MST3K.
MST3K. Like that.
You are watching Who Killed the Captain Alex, and the first VJ in English ever from Wakaliwood. This is how we enjoy movies in Uganda. And now, Captain Alex, the musical. La 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 la.
But he's like, it's like he's a hype man. It's not just jokes.
That's what I
He's
was
a
going to
hype
say.
man.
It's like a hype man. It's
Yeah.
like fucking Little John. sitting
He's
there
like,
going,
but he's like, sometimes he'll give his own dialogue. He'll repeat dialogue. Sometimes he interprets what they're thinking.
Tells
Sometimes he
who's
cracks
who.
jokes.
Yeah.
VJ Emmy, he's so funny.
Commandos! Get the commandos! Tiger Mafia! Super Kicker! What's happening? Around!
Well, my main question is like, if that is such a, if that's a custom there, if that's how they do it, I just don't fully understand. Like, it's almost like no movie has a chance, right?
It's a party.
I don't think. Yeah,
an event.
I don't think they're in there watching The Godfather. Like, I think they
just-
talk about If you watch some of the extras, they fucking love action. That's what they want. Schwarzenegger, Van Damme, they love. That's what they love. So this guy made his own version of one of those action movies.
Sure, which I know was it says in there it was never supposed to be found. You know, it was never intended really to be shown anywhere. But I guess what I'm asking is like, because it was clearly like comedy going over top of it. He was he was riffing it for the most part. Aside from what you were talking about, he'll kind of keep you up to, like, okay, just in case you forgot, this is the Tiger Mafia, or this is
You mean Tiger Mafia?
Tiger Mafia. He sounded to me like there were parts of it, especially when he would repeat himself a lot, that reminded me a lot of Wicked World, which is the same company.
This
But you know that your ass is on the line. Your ass is on the line. The voice was so much the same a lot of times. But anyway, is every movie that's made in Uganda that is an action movie, is this dude just going to get on top of it and just make fun of it?
I would imagine so.
You know,
It's-
like, are they...
So he owns one of these places.
Okay.
I think he owns his own video hall, and I guess it's going to be whatever videos he's showing. I would fucking love to go. I would love to.
it's,
No, it's not. Yeah, it
it's-
sounds cool.
It's more of a party than it's a sit down and watch type thing. That's how I gathered it.
I'm just sad if it's not. Like, could you imagine the dude like, oh, I can't believe these people cared enough to, like, find my film and like release it, and then this jackass just gets on there and starts making fun of it.
No, I mean they're. I mean he's involved with releasing this. I mean, it's not like they did this without his permission. You know, it's. So originally the commentary obviously wasn't there, but it's definitely part of this release. I think it's
okay.
I think he knows it's. I mean, even some of the humor is in the movie. It's not like he's stupid and doesn't realize
They know
it.
what they're working with.
I just gotta say, it was the strangest thing I've ever seen with that.
It was
it was the strangest thing. But anyway, enough of that. Let's start breaking down.
But it's awesome.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying it's not awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and you guys might be able to do a little bit better than I can. You basically just have like a couple of like gangs against one another, or so or this one guy's like trying to get taken down by military and shit.
You've got Tiger Mafia.
Yeah,
They're a big problem.
There's another mafia too. Wasn't
No,
there?
there's just Tiger Mafia. The government brings in Captain Alex and his troops. They're soldiers. He brings them. They're brought in to try to take down Tiger Mafia.
With their plastic goggles and.
So that's your that's your two main factions. You've got military versus the mafia.
Okay.
And we've got basically what happens is the mafia sends in a slut spy.
Is that what she was? A slut spy.
She was beating the rat.
She literally said,
"I'm a slut spy."
She literally said, "No." She said, "Captain Alex is my bitch. I'm in his tent every night."
Yeah.
So she goes in. He's gonna beat the rat. He's gonna beat the rat.
Yeah, beat the rat. You guys ever beat? Oh no.
What?
When have I not beat the
rat? So the penis is the rat.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you beat,
unless it's the pussy.
And you beat it. Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, yeah, because
I don't know.
I do not think I could comfortably have sex with someone referring to their vagina as a rat.
But what about a penis?
What do you mean?
If you were
like if I'm fucking a guy?
If you were beating her with your rat.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Like
Either way, I don't think a rat belongs in bed between two lovers.
I think we need to bring this phrase to America.
Yeah.
We need to get it started up here.
Definitely.
I'm
definitely using it from now on.
I'm gonna beat that rat so hard.
Beat that rat. Fucking spit on my rat.
Hey.
Yeah. I'm going to bury my rat in your stink star. Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We're bringing it back.
So what happens is the mafia bosses, his brother gets kidnapped
By the military.
They get it. They raid them and they get his brother. So he now wants to go kidnap Captain Alex. So he sends in the slut as the slut spy. And before they can kidnap him, somebody kills him. Somebody kills Captain Alex outside of his tent when he goes to take a bath. Because she says, if I'm gonna beat the rat, then you got to take a bath first. He's like, I hate baths. The only time a man should get naked is with his soldiers.
That's a weird
and with his gun.
Weird thing to say.
So the whole movie is just sort of, there's a back and forth between the Tiger Mafia and the soldiers. Of course, Captain Alex has a brother who's also a kung fu master. He comes in.
Yeah.
And he wants revenge.
There's a lot of really... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He is Bruce Yu.
Bruce
Uganda.
Yep. The kung fu shit in this was super fun, too, because it's just sped up footage and some really awesome, like...
Spin kicks
and stuff.
Backflips,
yeah. And it does. It's one of those where it's pretty cool to watch some of it because it looks like some actual contact was made,
quite
here and there. And
yeah, it's like we talked about with like the sword and the claw. And some of these other ones, like they just do it.
Yeah.
If
don't
somebody
be
gets
don't be
hit,
a pussy.
Yeah,
just keep
don't be
going.
a pussy about it. Just. We're not too concerned about safety here. We want to catch it on film.
Yeah, at the beginning it did look like blood. Like there's a lot of times it looked like real blood.
Yeah, that's something actually I want to credit this one for quite a bit. Is you take people who are in this and like we were discussing, some may or may not be taking it as seriously or something like that, but everyone seemed like genuinely invested. You've got these guys with the little pieces of wood and they're
like the wooden
crazy pieces of metal. Yeah, and they're just shaking the fucking shit. Like, fuck yeah, I'm mowing something down. And I mean, everyone was jumping in creeks and I can't imagine that it's probably that easy to get those kind of performances or them to be willing to get themselves into some of those dirty, sticky situations. Like a lot of these pampered fucking American actors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm just being serious.
Yeah.
You hear it all the time. Like, oh, the fucking water is cold. Fuck, I can't do it. I hear it constantly. I was talking to Jake Gyllenhaal just the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What a
Fucking
What was
hate that
what,
guy.
what was he complaining about?
He's
today?
complaining
Prima
about,
donna.
dude. Okay, so
Prima donna.
apparently,
Uh,
now I don't know if this is true. We all know Jake Gyllenhaal,
yep.
Yeah.
right?
Can't get him to leave me alone.
No.
Yeah.
He sends stupid memes all the time.
Well, he was trying to tell me. This is the most mind-blowing part. Okay.
Mhm.
He was on set for a movie. I didn't know this, but apparently he is also Maggie Gyllenhaal. Okay.
What?
Do you remember her? Maggie
like-
Gyllenhaal?
She did disappear.
It's like a Chris Haynes kind of. What's that guy? What's his?
Chris Gaines?
Chris Gaines. Yeah. That kind of situation.
Garth
Okay.
Brooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, the water pressure, okay, so she's still complaining about I guess they're making a Crazy Horse 2.
I didn't even know there was a Crazy Horse 1.
Yeah, you never seen Crazy Horse?
No.
Good movie.
But
Okay.
I
I'll
assume
put it on
that's
my list.
Maggie.
Maggie
Okay.
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Who's
anyway,
actually
the water
Jake?
pressure, huh?
Yeah. But Maggie is Jake.
But
Yes,
it
yeah,
is.
Okay.
Jake, yeah,
Yeah.
anyway.
The water pressure.
The water pressure on set was just not good.
Not up to par.
I'm part of a water pressure group on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh.
And anyway, that's how I got to meet Maggie/Jake.
And here we are in Uganda, and they're crawling in shit.
Yeah.
Sewage leading up to toilets and schools.
Mhm. They know how to
Yeah.
do it. That's all I'm saying.
If you watch Bad Black, there are scenes where they fall in the ditch into that water, and VJ Emmy is like, "They're falling in the poop. In the poop. This is Uganda. It's all poop."
I loved a lot of those segments where like they were there was some stuff where, like these guys are beating people up and stuff that are bound and everything, and it'll just come in sporadic like, "This is Uganda." And, it's almost like a vacation like promo. You know what I mean? Like, come visit Uganda, you whatever, your husband's going to be married to like 15 other women or something like that, and
Yeah, there's one near the beginning where the troops are setting, Captain Alex is setting up, and there's a guy cooking something, and he's like, "What are you cooking?" He's like, "I'm cooking German food." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "German tourists." He's like, "Save me the head, just like Predator." It's funny. This movie is really fucking funny.
It is hysterical. It is. God damn, man! I'm never eating Mexican food. I can't say that.
Can't cheat on keto, my friend.
I know.
Can't.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep it together here. Good lord.
Yeah, you get that carb and you get all sleepy.
Sleepy.
Yeah.
You don't get sleepy during this one. It's an hour and 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hour and 10 minutes. God, see, this is one we've had this before. Okay, where it's like when we do ones that are somewhat like absurd like this, like kind of a little bit more than normal. It gets hard.
Yeah.
It gets hard.
What's hard about it?
Well, like I find myself like, how much more do I talk about like the bloodshed? Do we talk about specific scenes? Because it's I find myself up against a wall where I'm like, I love this movie. How do I let someone know that I love this movie without sounding redundant and without going, I don't want to sell it as much as VJ Emmy. Or maybe we should.
I'm selling it. Everybody should watch this movie. Yeah.
It is a way different experience than just going to watch a movie.
I love how they use what they have. I mean, when you get toward the last huge battle in the movie, you've got the helicopters coming in.
Those are some of my favorite shots.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Bomb the city.
It's yeah. He only says the boss of the Tiger Mafia, Richard. He's like, go steal a helicopter and bomb everything important in the city because soldiers care more about Uganda than they hate me, is what he says. And so you've got all these static images from this whatever city it is, and you see this
it moves so fast.
This CGI'd in helicopter with the blue screen face kind of in the window, and you can see it'll like hit the buildings, and it's like he's used Photoshop to crumple the building.
Yeah.
And then he's putting in like explosions over it. It looks so funny and ridiculous, and it's like everything is as big as possible. All the explosions, everything's over the top. Looks really terrible. But somehow it's just so he does it the right way to where it's just so funny, and it even hits in the action. Just big explosions nonstop.
One of my favorite parts is the close to the huge fight scene at the end was the Seal song while he's like murdering everybody.
It's throughout the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, the pan flute Seal.
Yeah.
Now you know why we were singing Seal at the beginning, Kissed by a Rose on the Grave.
On the grave.
They also, it sounded like they had the intro to a Doors song that they then cut to something else that was going on in there.
Yeah, there was all sorts of stuff I was hearing. And it all like, it made me feel like I stepped into an elevator in a dentist office and got out on the floor of Food City.
It reminds me of a Chinese.
You know what I mean? It's stuff that you would expect to hear in a dentist or in a grocery store.
And then before the door opened, the elevator fell.
Yeah.
Through the basement. Yeah, I think it's one of those situations of what music can we find that we're allowed to use. It was just there's even one point where they play this. It's like this musical, and this like da, 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 and VJ Emmy even comes in. Now it's time for Uganda the musical.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's
Yeah,
like da, da, da.
Yeah.
I mean, he's making fun of the music that's used. It's as they're doing a drug deal. It's like the sound of music to a drug deal. It's really funny. I like that sounds wrong. It's funny.
Does it hurt to say that you like something?
The whole like when the bad guy, the Tiger Mafia Richard is joking about his 12 wives, and there's a scene where when his brother gets kidnapped, his cronies and his wife shows up, and he's like, "What the fuck? Where's my brother?" And he's like, well, we saved the money and the wife. He's like, I've got 12 wives. And I got one brother. And then she says something. I forget what it was. She says, she walks and says something. He just pulls out a gun and just shoots her. And then we think she's dead. Our kung fu master finds her in the woods and patches her up, gives her some fish. She shows up later and he's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Not dead?" He's like, he's like pissed about it.
God, the way he worded that was super funny.
Yeah, funnier than I worded.
Oh
it.
no, you're funny.
But there's so many. There's like with the Tiger Mafia guy. There's so many times when he just like randomly punches people or just shoots them. Like there's one point his whole gang, they're just standing there talking about some, and he's like, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah.
He's like, well, this is Billy from down the street. This is my cousin Bob.
my nephew
Bob. And he just pulls out his gun and just shoots him. And he's like, don't bring these people to me. I don't know any of these people. Don't even bring in people I don't know.
And he looks so like genuine about it too. Like, so my nephew Bob. Like, I don't know. It was so funny because I could imagine, like, it seemed like something that we would experience here locally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is it? My cousin Bob. My nephew Bob. Jesus.
I mean, there is intentional humor in this, and obviously also unintentional humor.
Sure.
But then when you layer on the VJ, he is definitely joking over this whole movie.
Yeah, sure.
There's even a part, if you like, Bad Black is the second part of this, which is a movie I don't like as much overall, not at all. But there's a part. It's not good. But the beginning is awesome. But anyway, there's even a part in it near the end where there's one of the main characters is explaining this thing, and they literally fast forward. They fast forward, and VJ Emmy is like yawning. He's like, "Oh no, you talk too much."
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then they cut this whole section out at the end.
Oh man.
So it's like they're
Wakaliwood's website is definitely like so 90s.
perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, we're gonna try to figure that out. He's made a lot more movies since then, and I think he's gained some
He
success.
did a Kickstarter a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
They only wanted 160. They got over 13 grand.
yeah.
So
that's like you're now Sultan of Uganda with that kind of money. No, and I'm not belittling it. I just mean like they're super poor. If you watch this is the thing that really impresses me. If you watch the extras and you look at where everybody lives and where the director lives, like they have no money. They have dirt floors, and this guy pieced together these computers. Like he basically found scraps and built his own computers to be able to do this work.
It's impressive. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's so impressive what like this guy literally built a whole industry in Uganda from doing this. Like it even says before this movie, like they don't have there's no high def version of this because of the equipment he had, and also the original copy he deleted it because he needed space on his hard drive to do his next movie.
Yeah.
So it's really awesome.
No, I agree. I think it is very awesome.
the only way to get into contact with them is through this email, apparently.
Do it, man.
Are
Do
you
it.
sending one now?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you gonna put?
Hey, this is no more popcorn movie reviews. We would like to.
Nope. You're wrong already.
What?
We are the
Should've
fucking Tiger Mafia.
Okay, we are the Tiger.
Oh,
Mafia.
or we killed Alex.
You're wondering who
Yeah.
killed Captain Alex? It's us.
It's us.
It's us.
We killed that motherfucker. Maggie Gyllenhaal got so pissed because of the hard water. She killed that son of a bitch. Didn't even know him. Just angry. Put it.
They were both trying to take baths.
It's either me or you, Captain Alex. That's my Maggie.
Let's go to scores on this movie.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go. I saw this movie first. I got this and brought it to everybody with high hopes that everyone would love it as much as I did. I give this a 5 for ambition and just the weird. I've never watched a movie that was released with the commentary over it. Just. It's hilarious, and it's a very unique, fun experience. Everybody should see Who Killed Captain Alex. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna give it a 5 as well. Now this is just me being 100% honest about it and everything. I was way more just into watching the silliness. As far as I'm concerned, the movie could have been about anything, and I really wouldn't have cared.
Oh, yeah,
you know
totally.
what I mean? So it is truly just throw it on and enjoy it with some friends. You don't have to, you know what I mean? I think it was just really funny. I mean, it's hard really to say much more about it. It's extremely funny. It's awesome that they were able to put this thing together on the little bit that they did, and it also blew my fucking mind. And yeah. So I'm gonna give it a 5 before I sit here and overthink it. It's crazy, and I do recommend seeing it. I've noticed a trend with American Genre Film Archive, at least all the ones that we've watched so far. They are by far the fucking zaniest goddamn releases.
They find definitely the weird
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. So, I just wanted to take a second to drop that in case anyone's is seriously, if you are like really looking for your just out there crazy stuff, then I think that's the company to go with for sure. The rest of them, you kind of just hit gold every now and then. Yeah.
Yeah, get Wicked World. Get Wicked World. Get these two movies.
Yeah, 5.
I will say, to add on to that, you were talking about this movie could be about anything. It doesn't really. I'll add on the second movie on this, Bad Black. the first 10 minutes are amazing, and then after that it has that problem where it tries to have too much of a plot and it gets boring.
Yeah.
And I understand that, he might have felt like he wanted to make more of a movie that had some meaning to it, but it just doesn't work out. Like, you just want action. And I hope his other movies that I haven't seen yet definitely go back to more just let's be as insane and action-packed as possible.
Yeah.
What do you think, Patrick?
I think I'm going to give this a 5 as well. It had a lot of action in it. It's a new experience on how to watch a movie with a VJ. I think America should start doing that now. Request a VJ for whatever movie you get.
Maybe we could do that in theaters now, since theaters are all being, dying
Yes.
everywhere. We could bring something new.
Yeah. We'll VJ it. You can pay us $5 for your VJ.
Yeah. That's all. We do it for the love of it.
Yeah.
$5. I don't know.
What if we went to like
Give me a PBR and some milk duds, and I'll VJ for you.
Yep.
we go to like some really like stupid shitty movie or something, I'm trying to think of one that's like coming out like Fast and the Furious 15 or whatever we're on now,
Yeah.
and then like just like sporadically in the movie, like, okay, you motherfuckers,
Vin Diesel,
yeah, you've got 30 seconds to get out of the theater and get your money refunded. That's right, 30 seconds. People are just trampling over one another and fucking dying.
Just
Oh,
yell
there's another
commando.
image of Paul Walker.
Crying for Paul Walker. Tears for Paul Walker.
No, I do. I do. I can't fucking explain it. I mean, I know we're giving it all the justice in the world. it is so weird because I know some people are going to listen to this and think commentary as in.
No,
it's not like
it is
listening
not
to
a
like a
comedy.
John Carpenter fucking commentary or something. You know what I mean? It's literally a DJ. It's a hype man. It's just the most bizarre
Just
shit.
imagine you're in a club. This dude's gonna interrupt your movie, but make it better.
You know what? Yeah, no, it is true because I was actually thinking to myself, and I wasn't even going to say this because I didn't. Number one, I didn't want to sound over dramatic, and number two, I really didn't want to I didn't know if you guys would peck at me for it, but during those like action scenes and stuff, with everything combined, the people fucking gyrating and shaking and shit before they put in the crazy ass special effects, all that on top of it, and then because what'll happen, the VJ will start talking. It's just like these hard cuts of audio. You know what I mean? You're hearing like all this fucking crazy, like just probably somebody sitting there hitting a key on a keyboard that sounds like a machine gun. You know what I mean? Just hitting it over and over again. Then you'll have this guy come in like Tiger, I fucking bang and shit, and it makes it. I felt like I was in war in Uganda. You know what I mean?
Made you feel
I
that
fucking
you were
pulled
there?
my guns and I'm like, fuck yes. It's badass. And you've got the blood going out like Mortal Kombat. It makes you feel like you're in another reality.
Yeah.
I hope this guy comes across our little review somehow and it's like, finally, somebody gets it.
Yep. It was nice to escape the killer hornets that made it their way over here. Just for a few hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of plague and pestilence going on. That has to escape to Uganda.
Yep.
What killer hornets?
They came from Japan. They can actually kill humans. They're huge. They're like this big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this
Now
is real.
they're made their way here for this month.
Yeah.
For this month, for
Just
1 month only.
Killer
Well,
hornets.
the last couple months we have COVID to worry about. Now we got to worry about these giant fucking hornets that'll kill you.
God, we'll never be able to leave our houses. I mean, those hornets could kill 1 in like 2 million people.
Just stay inside
We
and
have
watch
to all
movies
stay inside now.
and watch our reviews.
If you
We gotta protect the hornet vulnerable, and that's all of us.
if you were only able to watch, if you were quarantined for the rest of your life, and you only could have one movie with you,
What would it be?
yeah,
It's gonna be a tough one.
If you could only have one movie, where would you keep it?
Is it one movie or a series of movies?
Like one movie.
Singular.
Like Star Wars. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Singular movie.
No sequels.
Yep. Okay. You got to choose either episode 1.
No. Okay.
or
I got
2.
an answer for you. Many years ago, I moved to Texas. I was in Houston. I was living in an apartment by myself, and I was busy all the time. I didn't have internet for a while. I didn't have cable TV, and there was one movie I would put on and watch over and over again just to make me feel happy, and that was Monty Python: Search for the Holy Grail.
Nice.
I feel like that's a movie you can just. It just feels like a dumb friend in the room, and you can there's always something to chuckle at, you know. And so yeah, that'd be my choice. And I wouldn't even say that's my favorite movie. It's not, but it's a movie that I think has got good repeatability. It's a classic.
Mine would be Ghostbusters 2. It's the very first movie I watched. Watch it anytime. Never get bored of it. Love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Over the top.
Yeah.
I heard about your Over the Top.
Heard about it. What do you mean?
How
You
he's
like listening
obsessed
to
with
the
it.
soundtrack.
How he's
Goddamn
obsessed
right.
with it.
It's like the best fucking soundtrack ever.
Yeah.
Got it on vinyl.
Nice.
Well, sing us out.
Take it higher. Fire with fire. Yeah. Take it higher. Over the top. Is it what you walk away? I can hear the words you say. Another time and place. Just a
Brian,
random
we're done.
day. Yeah.
We're gonna.
Some of us have to go home.
Make it right. Make it true.
I mean.
Take it high.